Hey everyone, welcome back. So this is a really exciting video for me and I'm going to break it up into two parts. So the first part is going to be, I guess, the announcement, which you probably know from the title of this video, but I placed in GBWC 2023, which is crazy to me. I'll preface that by saying I've been doing Gunpla my whole life since I was a little kid in the 2000s, but I only started getting into it seriously about 2 years ago. That's when I started airbrushing. So for me to have been airbrushing for 2 years and to place in GPWC is just like beyond my wildest dreams. Of course, I didn't win, of course, but I placed, which is still huge, and it's a tremendous honor, and I'm just really excited about it. So long story short, I placed in a couple of competitions over the past few months. First was Washington, D.C. There was a medium-small hobby show there where I took best of show in the Gundam category. And that's this little guy over here. And then I placed first place in GBWC Richmond, Virginia, which is over here, this really beautiful trophy I got and the pin that all the participants got. And then the biggest one, which I don't have a trophy for, is that I placed third in GBWC USA Hobbytown Nationals for this build right here. It's crazy. I was jazzed when I won the DC and Richmond, Virginia shows, but I did not think in a million years I was going to place nationally. I just thought I was too new to the hobby, but I placed third. And then I guess that's top 6 in all of US, but the bottom 3 were not ranked. So I didn't make the top 3. The first place winner, who was then flown to Japan to compete against all of the other winners. So I should probably go back a sec and say, if you don't know what GBWC is, it's the Gundam Builders World Cup. It's the biggest Gundam building competition in the world. It's officially sanctioned by Bandai Namco, and they have, I forget how many countries, if it's like 20 or 30 countries around the world. They have everybody go head to head, and all of the winners of those countries, they fly you out to Japan for the world finals, and it's like a huge deal. It's super cool. And yeah, so I can hope to do better next year. I'm going to keep working on my skills, but now that that's out of the way, I can dive right into the review portion of this video. I think I can just dig into it. So first of all, what we're working with here is a master grade GP01Fb, which is an old master grade. I think it's from 96. It's from 94 and 96. I'm blanking, but mid-90s. And it's a really rough kit. It's one of the most difficult kits I've ever worked on. There was a ton of, just a ton of repair work that I had to do everywhere. The feet in particular, the legs weren't too bad because of how the parts are broken up. The beam rifle, I mean, like all beam rifles, was just a total nightmare. The shield had some difficult masking, so all of the metallic of the pipes that you see there was all masked, which was tricky because they're rounded, they're not square, so it's just tricky to mask circles like that. Lots of seam lines on the tops of the shoulders. The head was just really, really difficult. It was kind of a nightmare. And that was pretty much it. It was just a lot of, I guess like the knees of the inner frame. There was a lot of putty, a lot of sanding, and then more putty, and then more sanding was kind of how this kit went. But that was not the most difficult thing about this kit. The most difficult thing about this kit was that the inner frame, because of, it doesn't have a full inner frame. This kit's from before full inner frames. But because it's got this transforming gimmick with the core fighter that goes in the back, the whole thing is just a crazy flimsy mess. So basically what I had to do is modify everything and crazy glue the core fighter inside so it stopped wiggling and causing the entire kit to fall apart. But that's the kit in a nutshell. I did a bunch of modifications. I bought a second kit to take some of these little thrusters on the shoulders there and add additional parts to them. And I also added them to the top of the backpack boosters. And then I took some builder's parts, like this beam effect part, and I added that. And I added a few pieces from the builder's parts HD, including these little thrusters under the skirts there, which all of which you'll be able to see better once I start rotating the kit. But just some light modifications, nothing too crazy. And then I went ahead and I painted everything with Vallejo acrylic. And then I topped it off with some matte coat and did some weathering. Well, I should go back. I'd say it's Vallejo, and then gloss coat, and then weathering, and then finally matte top coat, which is the Vallejo Mecha matte finish. I used Mr. Weathering for all the paint streaks and things like that. And that's pretty much it for the kit itself. For the base that I put everything on, this is just a wooden base that I bought raw wood on Etsy. I primed it black and then I gloss coated it. I got some clear tubes, I guess, pipes, rods, and I just cut them. And what I did to hold up the kit is I fixed the, I guess, like kind of hook or claw mounting point from an action base, and I put it between the legs there so it could hold the kit. And then the whole base is 100% scratch built, and that took a lot of time. I'm not sure what took more time, the base or the kit. This is all individually cut plot plate pieces and plot plate, not plot plate, but just polystyrene tubes. And yeah, it just took a really long time because there were so many little tiny pieces. This is the project that caused me to buy the Amazing Cutter by God Hand, which is a really expensive accessory, but it's a really good accessory, and I highly recommend it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I have some photos that document the process of kind of just cutting everything out, airbrushing it, doing shading, pre-shading, post-shading, and then weathering, lots of Mr. Weathering oils. And yeah, this is the finished product. So I don't know. There's a lot I could go into with this. And maybe if you guys want something more in-depth, I could do that in the future. But overall, I just kind of wanted to show the kit, talk a little bit about it. The idea behind it was to just have the kit kind of be flying and dodging space debris. Kind of like some scenes that happened in Stardust Memory, for those of you who have watched that. And yeah, I don't know. I think it came out pretty good, and I'm really happy other people are digging it. But that's pretty much it. I'll finish off the video with some finished photos, and thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this, please give this video a thumbs up, and if you could subscribe if you're into these kinds of videos, that would be awesome too. I'm going to be doing lots of videos about Gunpla, anime, retro video games, all stuff like that. So if you dig it, definitely thumbs up and subscribe, and hit the bell icon too. That never hurt anyone. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.